Here's a nice behind the scenes video of me building my first bicycle frame. Yeah, I was obviously pushed for time and didn't focus much on filming, but I did get to film some nice videos, so let's get started. The first thing you have to do is cut your tubes down to size, and then you have to sand them down so that they sit at the right angles. Then I went over to the frame jig, and this is where you insert the tubes into the lugs. So yeah, I'm just brazing some anchor spots under the frame to keep the lugs into place. So then I let the frame cool, and afterwards I could take the frame off the jig and could complete the brazing process in a frame stand, which was nice because you can move the frames back and forth depending on which angles you're trying to braze. So this was an example of me brazing the bottom bracket. I did burn the flux. You can see this because it turns a very dark, almost black color, and that's just a sign that you're overheating the joint where you're brazing. And when this happens, the flux becomes exhausted, and that means your nickel silver can't flow into the joint. Now I'm trying to make a bridge for the chainstays, and thought I could get creative and try to add a curve into the chainstay bridge. And then I had to cut like a section out of the chain of the tube and weld another part in there. So the last part of the process is where I have to taper down or ream the inside walls of the head tube and the top and bottom of the head tube lugs. And obviously you also have to cut your bottom bracket threads depending on what type of bottom bracket you'll be using. And that's basically my first frame set that I built at this frame building course. Yeah, thanks for watching. Ciao.